Tune in. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, everybody. Come on in this room. Come on in. Hey, it's time. You know your girl cute. It's time to come on in this room. Yes. I'm just gonna wait for a few people to come on in the room, and then we go get started. Cause your girl got a lot to talk about. You say, Andy, you got a lot to talk about? I sure do. I have a lot to talk about because your girl be busy. She be booked and busy. Thank God. Okay. Because a lot of times we be complaining, I'm tired. Until ain't nothing coming in. You're like, oh, I wish I was doing stuff. So now I don't even complain. Hey, if I got to take a cat nap, that's just something a girl got to do. But, you just do what you do. Well, anyway, listen. Guess what? Y'all need to be getting these tickets to what? This play right here, okay? Hey, what's going on? Valerie Richardson, you get away. Hey, girl. Hey, you get away, girl. Yes. Welcome. You are part of the doll family. Okay. And so y'all speak to each other when y'all come in the room. Don't be funny. YouTube too. Speak to one another. Instagram family, y'all speak to each other because we are all the doll family, okay? At the end of the day, you might meet your prayer partner, your boo, your business partner. You don't know. So be kind to one another, okay? God is about love and relationships. But getting back to what I was saying, y'all know come Friday, this one right here, which is me, will be in a play with all these wonderful people and then some. Created by, Cassandra Hunt. Okay. Cassandra she has Kids Can Act Too, which she teaches your children how to sing, dance, and act. And there's actually an acting studio on 64th and Kedzie, 6400 South Kedzie. She put $60,000 into the building. Okay. That means she put her own capital up. Just saying. And because of that, you know how the city has a lot of vacant buildings. She found this building, put all this work in. The owner said, you know what? Because you're doing these great deeds in the community, just go ahead and buy it from me outright. So the city's supposed to give her a partial grant, right? And this play, the proceeds from this play, okay, will go to that. Now, listen, if you're not going to go to the play, that's okay. Buy a ticket. By you buying a ticket, you saying that you want to sow the seeds into some baby you don't even know. Sometimes when you sow seeds, it will come back to you. You know what I'm saying? When you least expect it, you're supposed to be a cheerful giver. You're supposed to be a blessing without looking for a blessing. If you're tired of you seeing children just twerking, hey, maybe they can learn to tap dance. That's what they know. Their mama's a stripper. But if you put them in a positive environment instead of shaming them, then guess what? They'll start tap dancing and ballet and all that good stuff, right? You see them singing around the house, singing all the little commercials. Listen, let that baby be productive, okay? And get them off them games, right? Listen, everybody's not going to be in the sports, right? Everybody's not going to play basketball, but maybe they can act and sing. All I'm saying to y'all is support the play. Okay. Support the play. And that shows you that you believe the children are the future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. You might be the reason why somebody is at the Joffrey Ballet. Okay. I'm just saying, maybe you'll be the reason why they on Disney or Tyler Perry, right? You just never know. But you were part of their journey. Be a part of somebody's journey and not necessarily try to get the act, just to say that you were a part of that, right? Just to get accredited. Like you want to take props. I got props for helping you. No, it's a lot of people that they may be nameless, but they helped you along the way. Okay? And if I can be a nameless angel, for real, angel on earth, and just help people, That's my job, right? Christian don't necessarily mean that you need people to know all your good deeds. When Prince died, y'all were blown away by all the stuff that he had did to help mankind, okay? Because that's just something you're supposed to do, right? To much is given, much is required. Now, saying all that, don't forget, once again, y'all get y'all tickets. Go to the Ghetto Salon and Spa and get y'all tickets, okay? It's Mother's Day weekend, May 6th through the 8th. And when I tell y'all we got a wonderful cast, baby, they are talented. You know what I'm saying? Like, God has blessed me to be a part of this group. Also, know if you get there 2 hours early, let's say that you do want to go, it's Mother's Day weekend, you get there 2 hours, just 2 hours in advance, you can get your makeup done by Mac, a 15-minute makeover for free. So what, Dad, you buying a ticket and then Cassandra's going to bless you by allowing you to get your makeup done by a Mac Pro? That's right. If you get a ticket, see, you could be grandeur and do the VIP, or if you just do the $35 ticket, you can get a free complimentary makeover. Okay. So see you being blessed. You have somebody and get a blessing. Let's do it that way too. Buy a ticket, get your makeup done as long as you get there 2 hours before the play. Also, there is free parking. So for those of you that are doing this, hey, what's going on, Joni Butterfly, Red Butterfly? Manifestation is in the building. For those of you who are buying tickets and coming to the play, God has blessed us where we got free parking. That's right. Science of Industry believes in what we're doing in the community, as well as Home Depot and Giordano's Pizza. Okay, the Italians have gotten involved. That's right. Good old delicious Giordano's Pizza. Okay, has gotten involved at Home Depot. For all those that they like doing home improvements, okay, support your Home Depot because Home Depot has been supporting us during this play. I'm just saying. Home Depot, Giordano's, we need to be supporting too, if you know what I mean. Well, anyway, just make sure y'all support everybody because God is love and God said, love your neighbor. Okay. Now that I have done that, which is good because I'm just so excited. You know, I've never done this before. This will be my debut. But to more important things, I also want to give a great congratulations to Clarice Alexander. Clarice Alexander. She received 2 tickets and she's going to the 3:00 Saturday show. 3:00 Saturday show. And so I'll be going live maybe after because you know I'm in the play. I'll have her go live and then I'll put that on my page as well of her going to the play and enjoying it. But Clarice, she answered your girl's tagline. Hey, everybody. I love you. If you don't know, love anybody else. You're smart enough. You're talented. We're stronger together, which I mean all of that, right? It takes a village. God is about love and relationships. So saying that, Clarice, girl, thank you for DMing me and giving me my tagline. Okay. Now, Clarice Alexander. Okay. That's a real person. And she won. Now that I did that, and that was courtesy of Smiles for Change by Alexandra, aka Lexi. Okay. Smiles for Change donated 2 tickets. And so Clarice Alexander won those 2 tickets. Saturday show, 3 p.m. So I did the play. I did the winner of the giveaway. And now, third and final. Welcome to the Love and Tea Show. Okay, the real Love and Tea Show. Well, I got love in my heart and tea up in this cup. Oh my God, this tea is so good. Got that chai tea. Y'all know how I feel about that. Tea has healing properties. And y'all want to know, this is not a show for gossip. If you're trying to gossip, this is not the show for you. This is about healing. You said, Andy, why do you do the Real Love and Tea show every Monday at 7? Well, God is about love, right? How you love your neighbor. And it says love Black people, love white people. It says love thy neighbor. And God is about relationships, right? You're not supposed to be on this earth by yourself, okay? He made man because he didn't want him to be alone. All right. So Y'all get out here and make relationships. It's also about healing. It's about not staying in the toxicity. It's about living a fulfilled life. How do you do that? Well, it's all about going to God in prayer and having faith. It's also about restoration. What you lost. We all have lost something, y'all, during our journey called life. And it's how do you build it back up, right? And it's rediscovering who you used to be is different from the person that you are. Everybody has a right to grow, to transform, to be better. You don't have to stay the same. There's so many facets to you. So stop letting people stifle you and tell you you can only do this, you can only do that. Right? If I listen to people, I'll only be styling hair. I wouldn't even be in the play. Just saying. What am I saying? God has given me many things. I wouldn't be on here talking to you. I'm a great communicator. I'm also called to the brokenhearted. And you say, how you call? Because God will have you go through something so your test can be your testimony. And so for me to identify you and to let you know God is no respecter of persons. And if he can change me, he can change you. Restoration and rediscovering the new you. I told y'all at the beginning of the year, this is a new year and a new year. A new year and a new you. It's about faith. Even though around you looks like it's all jacked up, that's not how it's going to end, because God is a man that he's not a man that he should lie. So he's if he said he's going to do something, darn it, he's going to do it. Period. It ain't a T unless it's final. Okay? And that you got to laugh. Sometimes you got to laugh to keep from crying, y'all. Even though he gives us all these emotions, God is about love, joy, and peace. But if it's a bring you anxiety, fear, depression, that is not of God, that is of the devil. Let me explain something to you. Even though you may experience these things, sometimes you will get fearful. Sometimes you will get anxiety because you try to control everything. Sometimes you will get depressed. There's some things that happen in life that will take you completely out. I mean, literally knock your socks off. But you're not supposed to stay there. You're supposed to get help. You're supposed to get healing. Okay? So you can get over that. So you say, what is today's topic, Andy? I'm sick of this already. You done told me what the show's about. You done told me all the good things that you're doing. The show topic is the art of persuasion. What's your masterpiece? And you're saying the art of persuasion, it's an art to it? It is an art to persuasion. Definitely. So what are you saying? What are you saying? How do you paint the picture? When people see you, what do they see? You say the art of persuasion, oh, Andy? Yes. Listen, art, the expression or application of human creativity, imagination, typically in a visual form, such as painting or sculpting, producing words to be appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power. So you're saying you're what? This persuasion thing. So persuasion, the act or a fact of sweet talking, tempting, convincing, encouraging someone or something to do. To persuade someone to do or believe in something. There is an art form to getting people to do what you want. But you probably thinking, Andy, so you talking about there's an art form to manipulation? I tricked you again. It's an art form to you. You are that person. There is a skill that you have to persuade yourself to keep going. Even when times get hard, you have to sweet talk yourself. You have to see yourself in a different light. You cannot look at your circumstances and say, this is it, like Michael Jackson. There are certain things that you have to do to build yourself up. That's right. You got to be ready for war. You see me? I'm ready, don't I? I'm a soldier. Stand on your feet. Okay. Yes. You have to be ready to go to war physically and spiritually. You have to convince yourself that it ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till it's it is not over till it's over. So what's your masterpiece? Your life. You have a choice to make. In life, we have choices to do certain things, to not do certain things, to be a victim or to thrive. I'll sip on that. When you are creating your life, you have to be careful what you say, because when you say certain things, they will manifest. Just because you think it, sometimes it's not good to say it. The devil don't know what you're thinking, and that's why he wants you to say it. God is omnipresent. Just saying. Some people want to throw themselves a pity party. They don't want to put in a fight. They would rather tell the same drawn out story than actually seek help and get help. Right? They enjoy doing it, because you got to understand something. Some people will prefer negative than positive. So as long as it's negative attention, they cool. If they can get positive attention, that's cool too. That's why you have to be careful of your surroundings and have boundaries. When you have a battle plan, you can't let the enemy know what you're doing. You have to create it. You have to strategize. Okay, I got to do this, this. And I got to make sure that the enemy don't get aware of what I'm doing. That's why you can't tell everybody what you're doing, because they're going to come and try to attack. You got to have certain comrades around you. You got to have certain friends around you. When you are building yourself, let's say you come from a broken place and you are getting healing. First things first, what you got to do in the building process, you got to scrap some old things about you. You got to literally you got to have a strategy. Listen, I know my life is in shambles right now. Hey, Bacon. What up? Another fantastic actress. Okay, Tatiana. When you are doing the building process, let's say you have fallen on hard times. You have lost a job. You have went through a breakup. So you are broken. The best thing about it is accept it. Accept it. Accept the breakup. Accept the fact that you lost a job, but then have a strategy. How am I going to fix this? That's right. You have to fix this. You can't look for others to fix you. That's crazy to have people fix your hot mess. That's crazy to depend on others. That is too stressful. That is time consuming. That is too much pressure. It's one thing if you lose your job and you have a spouse or a boyfriend and they help you on bad times. It's another to just keep depending on them. So now you're like another child to them. You're dependent on them. That's not fair. You are no longer a teammate. It takes two. It takes two to make a thing go right. It takes two to make it out of sight. Yes, it takes two. So in your life, it is not somebody else's responsibility to fix you. It is your responsibility to fix you. So, yes, you can have a partner or a husband. You could have lost your job, whatever, but it's your responsibility to say, okay, I have lost my job. Now I got to figure this thing out. You got to go to God in prayer. You got to do your worship, pray without ceasing. You go pray for God for another job. But faith without works is dead, right? You broke up with somebody, okay? You got to figure out what went wrong and take full accountability to it. That's right. You have to take full accountability. It could be you, it could be the other person, it could be both parties, right? You allow certain things to happen, right? For a certain amount of time, you did something. Whatever it is, what am I saying? You have to take accountability, everybody. So when you're going through this strategy, you're getting ready for war. You are the art of persuasion of fixing yourself, right? How do you sweet talk yourself when you're down? How do you convince yourself to get back up and do it again? Hey, Dak 2796, how do you do that? I tell you how. Like I said, you're going to take accountability. You're going to come out with a strategy. You're going to figure out what failed and then vow to not do it again. If you lost your job and you did nothing, great. That job is going to miss you. Maybe that was God's way of saying you're better than this job. He told you to start a business, and the only way that you start your business is sometimes God will force a door to close. Sometimes he will force a breakup because you're not strong enough to leave. Faith and fear can't live in a household. But sometimes it's not the devil closing the door. Sometimes it's God closing the door because he says, what's your masterpiece? The art of persuasion. What's your masterpiece? Your masterpiece is your life. And what is a masterpiece? A work or outstanding artistry of workmanship. That means you got to put some work into this. You got to take accountability. You got to figure out what failed. Then you got to start shedding anything and everything that is not good to you. You say, Andy, seriously? Yes, I'm serious. You got to literally become what God called you to be. Yes, it's scary. The process of not knowing, humans want to know everything. But that's why we have to trust God in everything. I used to be that fool. I used to use God, I told you, in a situationship. I had the audacity, God, I trust you for this, but I don't trust you for this. I trust you for this. How dare I tell the creator of everything that I don't trust him? He done down on the cross for my sins, and then I say, I don't trust you. I got this all figured out. Epic fail. But now I know better. And when I gave my life to God completely, that's when things started to change. I go to him for everything. So some people be like, well, Andy, how did you get like this? How are you so happy? Why? How do you choose to be happy? I choose to be happy because I gave everything to God. I gave everything to God, and I decided that I'm going to wake up every day and say, I'm waiting for something amazing to happen to me. I expect the unexpected. I expect a blessing, and I'm going to be a blessing. And I'm going to be a blessing without telling people that I'm a blessing to them, because God will present an opportunity, right? And you got to listen to that voice, like God will be like, go help that person. You're like, okay, get him $5, get him $10. You don't go, God, do I have to really get that $10? It's my last. No, just do it. It could be their gas money. It could be something for them to eat. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to, girl, you know I gave Tamika $10. You know that, right? Man, I gave Teddy $10. No, that ain't for that. And then next thing you know, there's a package on your doorstep or something got paid. You're trying to figure out how it happened. And then the bill comes and says, your light bill said you overpaid. You got a blessing without even looking for it. What am I saying from last week? You have to be a blessing to others. You want to create the life, the masterpiece. What brush are you using? What strokes are you taking? Are you taking fast strokes? Are you just putting stuff up there? Or are you really just saying, hey, I'm going to enjoy this. This is creative. I find this wonderful. Are you creating your life based on what others think about you? It takes a lot to be me, to get up, to get dressed, to put on my makeup, to figure out the clothes I'm going to wear. It takes a lot. Before I even do that, I got to get up. I got to thank God. I got to do praise and worship. I got to intercede. You know what I'm saying? Then I get up. Then I got to say, I'm not going to let anything happen to me. Then I got to make sure my kid is ready. Then I got to do this. Then I got to, it's a lot. That's why you got to be careful. You can't just be judging people because you don't know what it took for them to put their shoes on. You may not even be able to walk in their shoes. It may be too small or too big. But you got to have mercy and compassion. What am I saying? When you're taking accountability for your life, when you are shedding the old, you are doing things that you're not doing anymore, such as, listen, procrastination, you ain't going to do. You're going to stop judging people. Now, there's such thing as righteous judgment. Some stuff is just a dang on no. But others, you just, because you lived a certain life, now you know your Bible. Now you judging people that don't know their Bible. It's a lot of Bible reading demons out here. Okay, let me just say that. It's a whole bunch of Bible reading demons. They ain't good to nobody. All they like to do is beat you over the head with the Bible. It's how you walk and how you live your life with God that shows. At the end of the day, other people will say that is a beautiful piece. You ain't got to pat yourself on the back. You ain't got to tell them what kind of, I did this. I used the most expensive paints. We already know. Sometimes you can go get you a good find at the hardware store, let's just say you can use some expensive paints, or you can go get you some from the Family Dollar. It is the gifts that God gave you to make that piece. What am I saying? You got to put on your war clothes, these clothes right here, physically and spiritually, and decide, listen, I'm about to create something. I don't see it, but I'm going to convince myself. The art of persuading. Persuading who? Me. We are so busy focused on what other people think of us that we don't look at ourselves. We want everybody to think we're righteous. Me, Andy, is a work in progress. I know y'all probably thinking, look at her. She thinks she all that. She all listen. She at church on Sundays at 9:30. Now she in this play. She knows scriptures, but she cursed. Okay, God is working on me. You should have seen me a while ago. I used to have a temper, right? You say the wrong thing to me and I'm snapping on you. But now, that's not where God has me. God has me where I don't even fight my own battles anymore. Some stuff, depending on what it is, I'll walk off like God will get it. And then sometimes God will be like, you get to tell your accusers what they did. But now it's not what you say, it's how you say it. I'll check you in such a way. But a lot of times I'll block you to keep my peace. At the end of the day, what is your masterpiece? So the art of persuasion. What am I saying? The art of faith. Surprise. It's the flip. It's the art to faith. You have to see it without seeing it. The gift of faith is you call it out as though it was. I'm going to get that job. Tyler Perry is coming to our play. He going to send somebody. He going to come. He going to send somebody to our play and see what we doing. We got a fantastic cast. I'm going to have everything that God said I can have. I'm going to have my future spouse. Why? He's going to see me doing something and saying, that's who I want. I'm not going to have to go on no online dating and all that other stuff. For those that want to do that, fine. It says, a man that finds a woman finds favor. So ain't no chasing after nobody. Ain't no putting up with mess that I don't have to put up with. My job is not to fix my future spouse. None of us are perfect. What I lack, he has. What he lacks, I have. It's a whole team effort. But it ain't no just completely fixing broken people. I didn't die on no cross for nobody. I did it. Hey, young guy. Hey, IK. I didn't do that. I'm not down on no, I didn't down nobody's cross. It is not up to me to fix it. It's fixing Jesus. There's things that I have to work on. It says a man that finds a wife. So I have to be doing wifely things. I have to keep myself up. It is not for a man to keep me up. What I don't want to do is be a burden on my future spouse. He needs to see me as a helpmate, a paracletus, right? So I have to do my part, the workmanship. And any type of masterpiece, there's some work behind it. Faith without works is dead. You say, Andy, you've been doing a lot of talking, but let's go Bible. Okay, cool. Here you go. James 2:14 through 26. I'm only going to read part of it. You go read the rest. A lot of times it is up for you to read it. It ain't by accident that you got on this channel. It's not. Hey, Ken on the key. Natasha, what up? It ain't up for me to get you to believe. I'm just telling you, listen, this is what has worked for me and it can work for you because God is no respecter of persons. So when I talk about the art of persuasion, I'm not talking about manipulation. I'm talking about faith. How strong is your faith? There's an art form to this. You got to create it. You got to visually see it. When you're creating art, what does it say? It's visual. You have to see it. They said persuasion. What is persuasion? Encouragement, sweet talking, okay, convincing. You got to give yourself motivation. You got to sculpt this thing. You got to create it from nothing, from scratch. You got to create the sculpting of this faith. You got to build it. It's a building process. It don't just come loaded. Oh, let me just go buy faith over here at the store. I could go to Walgreens, get me a big bottle of faith. Oh, girl, you know, my hair is drenched in faith. No. I got to have some accountability. Hey, house speaker, I got to have some accountability. I got to put on my work clothes. I got to have a real relationship with God and not use God as a genie. Gimme, God. I can't do that. I got to stop living in my woe is me days, pity party, like my one of my mentors, Betty R. Clausen herself, was like, if you have a pity party, just believe ain't nobody coming to that party. Yep, Betty R. Clausen, that's a BRC with a wisdom. If you having a pity party for yourself, ain't nobody coming to that. Nobody want to be around that. So stop telling your sad stories and decide that you're going to get some healing, that you want to be restored, that you want to rediscover who you are. It's a process. When you are building yourself, when you're building yourself out of clay, you got to say, I see it before I see it. As a hairstylist, we got to already see the design of the hair. What am I saying? You got to see the design before you even shampoo and condition. You got to consult. It's a whole consultation. You got to have a consultation with yourself and say, okay, I know you want that. It's called a contradiction. A contradiction is a person wants something, but because of the circumstances that they're in, maybe they have some type of condition, heart problem, or some type of ailment in their hair, they can't get it. So even though you want it, you can't get it. How do you find that? Through the consultation. Yep, you're gonna have some self checks with. You're gonna have to talk to yourself. It's okay, you're not crazy. You're gonna have to consult yourself and say, self, I got some problems and I need to figure it out. Now, you're going to go to God with that when you're consulting, right? You're really going to God and saying, God, I know I'm jacked up, but I need some help. Even though I'm in this situation, I see myself out of it, and you're going to help me see myself out of it. I believe in you. I believe in what you say. I believe the promise, and the promise still stands. So even though I'm in this situation, even though I done lost this job, even though I done broke up with whoever, even though my friends have left me and I am alone, it is going to work. So even in this faith process, the art of persuasion, which is this faith that you have, and what's your masterpiece, this life that you're building, what's your life? Masterpiece. What's your life? The masterpiece is your life. So you're saying, even though I have this faith and I have this life, how does it work? Well, I told you, James 2:14 says, faith without works is dead. What does it profit, my brethren, if someone has faith but doesn't work? Can faith save him? Once again, faith without works is dead. What does it profit a man, my brethren, if someone has faith but does not have works? Can faith save him? Y'all go read the rest of that. Yeah, so if all you got is faith and you ain't putting no work in, baby, ain't nothing happening. God is telling you, you can have a plan, you can have a design, you can consult, but unless you actually put it into action, unless you put on your war clothes and get busy, ain't nothing happening for you. Here we go. Proverbs, good old Proverbs. We're going to get this good word in. Proverbs chapter 19:21. Many are the plans in the mind of man, but it is the purpose of the Lord that will stand. Once again, many are the plans in the mind of man, but it is the purpose of the Lord that will stand. So you can have it all in your mind, but the purpose of the Lord will stand. His purpose. He told you to go out there and do it. You can have it in your mind all day, but unless you actually put it to use of what he said, it ain't happening. Okay, I gave you two. Let's go for the trifecta. Matthew, my brother up in heaven, you know I love you still. Gone but not forgot. Matthew chapter 6, verse 1. Beware of practicing your righteousness before others in order to be seen by them, for then you will have no reward from your Father who is in heaven. Hold on one second. Beware of practicing your righteousness before other people in order to be seen by them, for then you will have no reward from your Father who is in heaven. Okay, what does that even mean? You trying to be so self-righteous, you getting up here, you quoting all these scriptures, but you doing it to please people. You ain't doing it to please God. Like, I'm not on here to please you. Not at all. I don't need to be seen by you. I'm doing very good in my life. However, I'm supposed to evangelize. I'm supposed to give God glory. I'm supposed to tell what he has done for me. I told you I'm a work in progress. And I am flawed. She uses curse words from time to time. She working on it. Don't make me a bad person as long as I don't curse myself or curse others. Know your Bible. Oh, you can't curse. Okay, whatever. As long as you ain't cursing others, harming others, cursing yourself. Oh, wait, let me sip on that. Because we are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. Hey, Ken Ray, 5686. Yes. Young God says, let all you do be in praise of God. Yes, let you do and be in praise of God. So what am I saying? I am doing this to praise God and to tell you it's not by accident that you tuned on. To tell you he could use you. If he could use me and I'm no respecter of persons, he could use you. I gave you Bible scriptures, but it's your responsibility to go read it for yourself. People perish for lack of knowledge. No, not the knowledge that I gained from me doing my own research and me quote and going and learning about the Bible, but I didn't just listen to some pastor because he told me to. It is up for me. Shout out to my pastor, John F. Hanna, okay, and Pastor Glenn. I love my church. But at the end of the day, it is not that man's responsibility for my salvation. He is supposed to lead me, but who else is supposed to lead and guide me? Me. And who else? God. But God is in me. I am because I am. And because I know that I have to have some connection to God, that means I have to put in the work to get to know him. Just like you want to get to know your boo or your husband, God wants you to get to know him. That is called intimacy. He don't want you to use him every time you need him for something. You are a user and you are a manipulator. And that is the art of persuasion. The art of, here go the flip. The art of persuasion is you trying to get stuff out of people because you don't want to work. Hey, Playboy J10. Here go the flip. The art of persuasion is the manipulation that you causing on others. What's the masterpiece? You trying to get something on somebody else, and how's that working for you? Because at the end of the day, it's all going to get shut down. Picasso looks great from afar, but when you get up close, it's a big old mess. Yes, it's worth millions of dollars. Okay, that man cut his darn ear off. But when you get up, it's art. But when you get all close up on it, Picasso is a big old mess. The art of persuade, you persuading others because you don't want to fix yourself. You want people, you want to tell your story. You want to keep telling people, oh, this happened to me. Okay, when are you going to get up and do something about it? And is that going to be all of you when God has called you for so much more? God has called you to be the greatest. Michael Jordan had to put in that work. He wasn't even selected at first like people thought. You know, even in high school, okay, it took a minute. Then he had to grow and catch some height, and his brother taught him how to play. It took a lot for this man to be the greatest. He didn't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to be the greatest basketball player of all time. He had to convince himself that I'm going to keep working hard and my hard work will pay off. Ain't nobody was in the prayer room with Michael Jordan. So y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. Oh, well, he didn't pick this political party. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. Listen, he was focused on himself. He like, I got to work on me and me be a good human being. What am I saying? Yeah, you got to, hey, Ann, what up? What up? You got to put in this work. What I tell y'all about LeBron James, the king? He saw at an early age his icon, Michael Jordan, he aspired to be like. Hey, Jasmine, go on, Tiffany. He inspired to be like somebody, right? Who are you looking up to? Who are you striving to be? Y'all speak to each other in the room. We are family. We, you know, you are not alone. It ain't by accident that you tuned in for me to tell you. LeBron James, when he was a little boy at elementary school, said, I'm going to wear 23. Your greatness is not supposed to be compared to somebody else. He saw somebody and said, I want to be like, but he still had to put in the work. He still had to go to the drawing board. He still had to build. In the building process, he had to come through a strategy. He had to take accountability what he wasn't good at and work on those things that he was not good at. He had to accept failure. He had to do all these things. He had to take the big wins and the little wins. He had to probably get rid of some people. He didn't tell you who he prayed. He didn't tell you his prayer with God. It was none of y'all business. But at the end of the day, this man changed the game for basketball. He decided that he was going to take his friends and go down and get a championship in Miami. When everybody scoffed at him, threw his jersey around, sometimes in this building process and you being great and creating the masterpiece, here come the flip. Everybody is not going to agree with you. In fact, it's a party for one. You're going to have people in the art of persuasion. Here comes the flip. Hey, Sophia, another great actress. Here is the flip. When you are doing the art of persuasion, right? Because the first art of persuasion was faith and what's your masterpiece life. Then you got the second one, the art of persuasion. People doing manipulation and they're using their life to manipulate others. Now here's another one, the art of persuasion. Other people dictating to you, sweet talking to you to get you off your plan. They are called distractors, right? What's their plan? To distract you from your calling. What's the master plan? The masterpiece. Your calling. Your calling has to be nurtured. It's craftsmanship that goes along with that. So you're going to have people that didn't see what God told you, and you got to do it anyway. You got to trust the plan anyway. You got to, once again, you got to have that faith. You got to put on your jumpsuit. You got to be ready for war and say, this is a party for one and your butt ain't invited. It's just me and God. Sometimes it's going to be a lot of times that is me and God. There will not be any friends around. There will be no significant others. There won't be a boss. There will be just you. And you got to look yourself in the face and say to yourself, hey, Brown Sugar 63, and speak to each other in the room. Doll family, we are one. You have to speak and say, faith without works is dead. So since I got to put in this work, I have a table for one. Let me go to this restaurant, have enough strength and courage to say, I am ordering for one. You could take this other place setting away. Nobody else will be invited. You're going to have to say, I would like a vegan burger. And people around you be like, you want to be a vegan? Why? Is that a trend? Is that this? Is that? It ain't your responsibility to explain yourself. You have to stand firm in what you believe in. I said I want a vegan burger and let it be. We got to get to a point where we got to stop explaining our purpose and our calling to others. Those that get it. And those that don't. God will send destiny helpers. These people will see you put in the work. They will see you sculpting and say, hey, I can help you with that. Like I told you before, they're not going to do the work for you. They're going to make you do the work. For instance, so Cassandra Hunt, right? True story. I told you before, I'll tell you again. She saw me teaching in the back room during a snowstorm. It was me and Jermaine. Okay, me and another student who's in the play too. Okay, this is how God works. Now, I said I would come if a student is coming. Most people would say, oh, I ain't coming. It's a snowstorm. And then they'll try to wiggle their way out of it. No, I know I'm his teacher. My responsibility is if this young man is coming to learn, I don't know what he did in order to get there. It is my responsibility to get there and teach him. And as I am teaching him, I was entertaining where I made him feel like he wasn't the only one in the room and he was learning at the same time. And Cassandra saw something in me and was like, do you know you have a gift to be able to keep somebody's attention and they not know that they're alone? Then she had me audition that same day. Later to come find out she needed to renew her license a whole nother time, but she was sent there. She said it was divine for me to see you. Now, here's the thing. My classroom is all the way in the back of the building, not in the front. I wasn't concerned about who was going to see me. I was concerned about that one student that came. I didn't complain and say, where the hell is the other students? Where the hell are they? I don't want to teach today. No, I had a job to do it and I did it and I gave 100%. What am I telling you? Every time you give 100%, God will send somebody to you. He sent that woman to me. Now I'm in this play. She found something in all of us and all the people that's in this play. She also is a destiny helper because it's for the kids in the community. She didn't tell me to say that. I said it because it's the right thing to do. God will send people to you and you will know it's divine. Miracles, signs, and wonders. So while you so busy on who looking at you and you trying to entertain people that don't need to be entertained, you gonna miss out. Just keep doing what you doing. Molly Music made 5 albums before Kirk Franklin saw him. Molly Music just kept going. And now look at him. Y'all would think that he would have had large crowd. He just kept making the music that God called him to make. He went to the drawing board probably. You don't know the conversations that people have. The fact is, he didn't give up. You don't know, hey, out of bounds, Nick. You don't know if he almost gave up. There's plenty of times that you talk to yourself like, this ain't working. God, I done did everything. And then he'll send you something, a miracle, a sign, a wonder to tell you to keep going. Don't stop. Because the moment you stop, you miss your breakthrough. So you have to sit once again at this table that God has prepared for you. Sometimes at this table that he said he has prepared for you, there are no other guests just yet. Because you have earned a seat to the table, but you might lose your seat. I'll wait for it. Because you so busy talking about, I'm the only person at the table. Stupid, really? God invited you to this table and telling you, well, it's blank. I don't see the food yet. It's coming. You got to imagine yourself at this blank table saying, dang, I know I'm about to eat good. I don't know what it is, but if God prepared it and he put me at this table, it's about to be good. Some people want to be you and sit at that table that you at by yourself with nothing on it. That bare table that God has called you to. The art of persuasion. They trying to persuade you to lose your calling. What's the masterpiece? Your calling. They trying to tell you, girl, ain't it kind of lonely, sir? Ain't it kind of lonely? Your pockets, nigga, you was always struggling. You walking. I thought you said, Andy, that you gonna have your G-Wagon. Just wait for it. I thought you said, but it ain't happened yet. You ain't got to say a word. So your naysayers don't say nothing. Because when God brings you your feast, when that vegan meal or whatever comes out, you know it's going to be better than you ever thought of. It's going to have a better bun. It's going to be on brioche. Okay? It ain't going to be on no wheat bread. Okay? It's going to have romaine lettuce. It's going to have some custom-made sauce on there. Just believe when God has prepared something for you, it's going to be delicious. And when you bite into it, it's going to be better than you ever imagined. That's that faith. You got to bite into your faith. You do not have a pity party. You have a victory party. You are by yourself for now. You are by yourself just for now. Sometimes God don't want everybody to see your flaws. Sometimes God wants to get rid of the stuff that's not working for you, because when he puts you in position, he don't want you to jack it up. He might put you at the table, but he might tell you that you need to have some etiquette classes. Because when you sit at the king's table, you have to behave a certain way. I'll wait for it. He might tell you the salad fork goes over here. Oh, that's the dinner fork. Oh, no, that's the dessert spoon. That's the dessert fork. You know, there's different cutlery, right? So that's why he has a blank table for you. When God has you at a table, he wants you, listen, he's in control, not you. You just got invited. But if you don't know how to act, you will get escorted from the table and out the restaurant. You know that, right? Some people get escorted from the restaurant because they're not accustomed. Sometimes you have to tell yourself, let me try this. Sometimes the maitre d', the waiter will come out and say, these are the specials. Or tonight we are presenting this. So even in your brain, you have something that you've heard about this restaurant. You've heard about the table that God has prepared for you, and he will send somebody to you, the damn waiter. I'll wait for it. He'll send you the maitre d'. When you get to a certain class, a 5-star restaurant, 4-star, they have a maitre d' booth. Okay. And they will come out and they will say, hi, tonight we'll be having this, this, and this. And this is only for tonight. Some stuff wasn't for yesterday. It's not for tomorrow. It's just for today. So sometimes you get something on the spot. And will you accept it? Now you can say, hi, what's in it? So you don't have an allergic reaction and don't let anybody serve you anything, because I have allergies, so I can't eat everything. So I can't say to the maitre d', hey, Maraza, or the waiter, hi, yes, okay, I know this is being presented tonight, or they're going to prepare this tonight, but what's actually in it? Because I do have some allergies. And so they'll go over and then they'll say something like this. See, this is what happened when you sit at the king's table. You know, we can take that out for you. So you mean to tell me that God will have it, that he will only give you a meal just for right now, and it's custom made for you? It's customized just for you? Exactly. Yes, we can have the chef prepare it this way. Even though you sitting at the table all alone. You better get comfortable at this table. You better get comfortable with party of one. He may have you at the table by yourself for you to meet a business partner, your spouse. Sometimes you can have somebody at the table that doesn't belong and that you missed your opportunity because you had the wrong person, a placeholder. You trying to fill up the seat. No, you could be at the table and somebody said, do you mind if I sit here? I saw you from across the room. It takes a lot of strength to be by yourself and to be happy with yourself. I'll sip on that. It takes a lot of courage to say, my allergies, I'm sorry. It takes a lot of courage to say, you know what? You are well dressed. You are very presentable. And let's get this clear. It don't have nothing to do with name brand clothes. Your hair is done, your makeup is on, your hair is cut, your nails are clean. You don't have body odor, your teeth are done. What am I saying? You got to have hygiene, right? Your clothes neat, pressed, whatever. Because you have to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. When you're at this table, somebody could see you wherever you are. Stop going to the Starbucks and everywhere with bonnets on y'all heads and do-rags. Stop wearing pajamas. It's tacky. Enough already. You know you getting on a plane. Do your hair. Stop it. Get the rollers out your hair. You know, set it in enough time. You can't be at God's table with all this crap on. This isn't being self-righteous. This is me. This is me just saying to you that God has called you to a table. And no, it may not have everything you want on it. The art of persuasion is your faith. And you say, Andy, well, I don't know what to do. I want to do it. I logged on. I like what you're saying, but I might need some help. And that's cool. I got some people to help you. Destiny helpers. One is Dr. Darlene Nichols. Yep, I believe in God and therapy. Because if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, what did I tell you? That's insanity. Sometimes you need somebody that will help you. This is what they are destined to do, right? God says be in the world, but not of it. You don't think he gave some faith-based, Bible-based therapists? Come on, stop it. I believe in God and therapy. So Dr. Darlene Nichols of danministries.com. danministries.com. Telephone number 773-366-3437. 773-366-3437. And then you have Adonis D. Johnson. I am my life coach. I am my life coach, right? I am. God, get it? Is your life coach. And so there's a twofer. You need to get the book, the DVD, because you got some homework to do. And then there are some life coaches. So it's a twofer, okay? It's a two-part thing. You got to put in this work thing called life. But at the end of the day, when there's no therapist, there's no life coach, you know who you got? God. There's a whole divine connection. He been waiting for you this whole entire time. He know you ain't perfect. The Bible is full of misfits, okay? Everything from prostitutes, streetwalkers, alcoholics, fornicators, adulterers. People are about to get stoned, okay? You don't need Jerry Springer. You don't need any type of reality TV, basketball wise. It's all in the Bible. All y'all got to do is go look and you will see for yourself. It don't get no realer than the Bible, okay? But God has been waiting for you this whole entire time. It is not by accident that you tuned into me. This cute little red hair, okay? It is not by accident. It was for you to go to God. And all you got to do, as you are, he will accept you as as you are. Close your eyes and say, Lord, Jesus, forgive me of my sins. I know you died on the cross. Be my Lord and Savior. And right then you saved. But here's the thing. Now that you are saved, you still got to put in the work. It ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till it's over. It is not over. It's going to be big. It's going to be big. But in order for it to be big, guess what you got to do? You got to accept the fact that you got to take accountability. It's some things that you've done, even though you did the sinner's prayer and you just got saved. People got to stop lying and telling people, oh, just because you did the sinner's prayer, the wrong things that you have done, it don't count. No, that ain't true. God is decent and he's in order. He is fair and he is just. So you're gonna have to go through trials. So if you murder somebody, you're gonna have to go through the trial process. You can't go, oh, I just did the sinner's prayer, so I ain't gotta go to jail. I don't have to go to prison. I don't even need the court. I don't need a judge. Oh, I did the King of Kings is enough for me. I ain't gotta sit in front of no judge. No. What will happen is you're gonna go through the trial process, but maybe they'll find out it was in self-defense, or maybe you will get a lighter sentence. Right? Maybe they'll find out the police didn't do their part or something where you are freed. You will get less time. What it does mean that you are a new creature. So the moment that you decided that you chose God and to be saved, the old you is gone. You won't think the same. Meaning, when you hear certain things, certain music, you protect your ear and eye gates. You won't understand why you can't look at the things you used to look at. It don't even feel comfortable to you anymore. You can't hear the music you used to listen to. You used to want to twerk real hard and pop it and put your leg, and then you like, listen, I only go lukewarm. I don't pop it like that anymore. It's the new you, the you that says, I want something different. You can't even hear conversations anymore. You get up and just walk away. You get to repent. And repent don't mean I did it so I get to do it again and I said I'm sorry, God. No, repent means I did it and I'm not going to do it again. I'm going to do my darndest not to do it again. It is, you're going to find a church. A church is 2 or more people, right? You can go into the building though. Why? You want to congregate with like-minded spirits. So when you are low, there are people who are like, sister, I got your back. You need a shepherd, somebody to guide you. It's their calling. It is not your responsibility. Hey, fashion will kill you. So when you're doing this art of persuasion, which is the art of faith, you are persuading yourself to see the bigger picture. How are you constructing your life? How are you sculpting your life? What tools are you using? Are you still using the same broken down tools and brushes? You refuse to throw some things away? You still using that old drawn out clay? Hey T Breezy, I know you. Hey, you still here, boo? You late, but right on time. The message is the art of persuasion. How do you sweet talk yourself when you're going through something? What's the masterpiece? Your life. You create this thing. You put the work in. The Bible scriptures, once again, was James 2:14 to 6. You got to go 26. You got to read it yourself. Proverbs 19:21 and Matthew 6:1. And just watch it all over again. For you, like I said, faith is that you don't give up. Sometimes on the potter's wheel, you got to throw that old clay away and say, let me start from scratch. Tyler Perry, it took 7 times. He went homeless 7 times before he got a big hit. Now look at him. They probably said all type of stuff. They probably even give that man no gas money. But he kept going. He kept believing in himself. And then there were definitely people along the way to help him. But it was probably plenty of times that he wanted to give up. But he didn't. It is, what are you doing on that potter's wheel? How are you sculpting your life? Are you staying in overtime? You do a little bit here, a little bit there. You do it some days, and the inconsistencies of it all. When you are creating a masterpiece, you got to go in and say, I'm going to create something magnificent. And somebody going to buy it. And who's the buyer at the end of the day? God is the buyer. It is about your salvation. This isn't just a physical thing. It's a spiritual thing. Where are you going after you leave here? You so busy entertaining everybody else. You have gotten to the art of persuasion of you trying to get over on people or letting people get over on you. Which one? They still, both of them are both terrible. Sip on that imaginary tea. Because at the end of the day, y'all, you got to decide, come hell or high water. Because I chose heaven over everything. I choose heaven. You ain't got to wait to die to go to heaven. You could be in heaven or hell. You in heaven, you got love, joy, and peace by God. Hey, Bosszillas, if you in hell, anxiety, depression, fear. Anybody bringing you all that type of stuff, and speak to each other in the room. If somebody is bringing you all that, they are from the devil. And please, return to sender. Return to Scylla. Her name is Bosszilla. Okay? A boss. Zilla. Okay? That's a beast. She beasted it out. What's a boss? A boss dictates what the employees are going to do. Let's be clear. She's telling you in her name, I'm a boss. And I'm going to jump to the highest towers. What did Godzilla do? Jump to the Empire State Building? To the sky. I'm a boss and I'm going places. It's in her name. Fashion will kill you. His skills are so amazing that they gonna kill you. I'll wait for it. Young God. It's in Jonel's name. He got God in him. Choose heaven while you live and choose peace. Oh, that's all a part of it. Exactly. You got to choose this thing. The choices that you make. In the art of persuasion, when you are building this expression, because everybody don't like your art. You think at one moment, some people like you, some people don't. Some people love that you do it bad. And some people just like whatever. So what happens? How do you decide on which group to go with? I know. God told me a plan, and I'm going to believe what he said. I'm going to trust his word, and that is going to get me where I need to go. I'm going to believe in my calling, even if it's just me, and I'm going to be fine with that. And as I leave you, I sit in faith. I have a gift of faith. I wanted to be international. Now my platform is hitting all type of people all over the world. Brazil, Africa, Europe. Letting them know that God can use them. It ain't over till it's over. We got to stop throwing people away. Like I told you, I love you. If nobody else love you, that love of God. You smart enough. That's right. You are smart enough. I don't care who told you were stupid. Okay? Some people, they think they got all the education and they dumb as hell. I'm just saying, literally. They living in hell. They could tell you all about the books. They could tell you all the schools and all the things that they've done, but they're living in hell. Trust and believe. They'll put everything on Instagram and Facebook and get you to believe that they have a really good life and their life in real life sucks. They put more work on the internet than what really happens in their life. So you are smart enough and you are talented enough. You just got to keep going and your gifts will make room for you. All this is scripture, okay? You are strong. As long as you got enough faith as a mustard seed, God will come on in there and swoop on in there. But we stronger together. God made relationships. He didn't want Adam to be alone. Love thy neighbor. Hey, neighbor. Because we are family. I got all my brothers, sisters, cousins with me. I scoot you on up. We are brothers, sisters, cousins. And we're all together. Like I said, it's not by accident. Because it's going to be big. It's my season. It's my time. And it's going to be big. It's going to be big. Just don't give up. When you sit and you think about it, it ain't over till it's over. Choose God. Choose to be happy. Don't choose to be sad. Don't be sad another day. Your life is meant for so much more. I see growth. You have the right to transform. What does the butterfly do? It's an insect, and it goes into this cocoon. The cocoon looks all dirty and grimy and it squishes all up. And then through the manifestation process, what happens? This beautiful butterfly, which is also an insect, right? So the worm, you can go in there, whatever. It goes and becomes this beautiful insect. Before, it was this ugly insect, right? Nobody would pay any attention to. But it had to go through some things. You're that butterfly. You have to go through some things. Then you become this beautiful butterfly that everybody admires. What am I saying? Go through it. Don't tell God that I can't take this. No, take it. But ask him to give you strength and to not leave you alone in the process. Let the process build you, not break you. When you work out, it hurts at first. That's that good pain. And then you start seeing the results. You start seeing the weight loss. You start seeing the muscles. It's good. And then you become accustomed to it. Then you say, listen, give me some more pain, right? That's that good pain. Give me something else because I've mastered that level. I no longer feel any pain. So now I got to maybe put on some more weights. right? I have done the 5-pound weights. Give me some 10, give me some 15, give me some 20. You got people at 65 weights, 1,000, and all that other stuff. You got bodybuilders, right? They have built their body and they got muscles all in them. But it started with some pain you got to deal with, because that's where your tolerance builds up. The only pain you don't want is bad pain. Anything that gives you anxiety, right? Can't control the situation. Some stuff is just in God's hands, family. What the AA say? You do the things that you can, the serenity prayer, and the things that you can't, you let it go in a serenity prayer. Some stuff is out of your hands. Fear, the fear of the unknown. Stop being so fearful. You have to take a chance. Don't say if it fails. What if you succeed? And if you do fail, try again. Do it again. There's levels to doing it. That's why Nike says just do. Nike don't say try. It says do, because it's levels. You just keep going. You try when you're somebody else. We're in this thing called life together. And even though I am here with you, I am imperfectly whole. Imperfect. I make mistakes. Nobody's perfect, but I'm whole. I have peace in my life. I don't go to sleep talking about I harmed somebody. I got guilt and shame and condemnation. I don't have that. I don't have that. And I'm telling you, you don't have to have it either. We can be imperfectly whole together as long as we hold each other up, hold each other accountable, and put God first. Y'all, real quick, make sure y'all get these tickets. Next week, I'll be telling you how the play went. Get these tickets. Support the cast. Support Cassandra. Hey, DJ Bass XS, I love you. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Every day, DJ Bass XS is always talking about happy. He's always bouncing around. He always drinks out of his happy cup. Y'all, when you are doing the art of persuasion, persuade yourself to drink out of the happy cup called life. Get your tickets, even if you don't live in Chicago, even if you live in another country. The internet is international, okay? It is global. You go to theghettosalonandspa.com, theghettosalonandspa.com, and buy a ticket. Sew into what we're doing, which is helping the kids in the community act, sing, and dance, okay? Until next time, same cute girl, same time next week, 7 o'clock. YouTube, bye family. Instagram, it's time to do some shout outs. DJ Bass XS, one of the coldest DJs ever. Coldest DJ.